So, you know, Mr. Biden needs to stop financing the Russian gas station and open the spigots here in America. Joining us now to talk about is Senator Kevin Cramer, member of the Environment and Public Works Committee from the great state of North Dakota. Senator Cramer, welcome, sir. Glad we got you hooked up. I'm going to do this for a second straight segment, and that is talk about a New York Times story. Biden administration halts new drilling in legal fight over climate costs. And so the FERC, Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, but also the EPA and the Energy Department are using something called a social cost of carbon, which is really unmeasurable upstream and downstream with respect to pipelines. And it's $51 is their number. The courts say it's closer to $7. What they're just trying to do is find another way to stop fossil fuels, are they not?
So this actually fits right in to what's going on in Ukraine because, Larry, it's like they'll do anything to drive up the cost of American energy so that they create an incentive for people to invest in something other than American energy or other kinds of American energy, which, as you know, are largely dependent or even more dependent on foreign value chains and supply chains than good old American natural gas and oil and coal and all the other things that work so well. So, no, you're exactly right. They just want to add to the cost.
We are doing great damage to American consumers and motorists and middle-class folks. I mean, both the price, as you know, sir, both the price of crude oil, gasoline, home heating fuels, and so forth, they all move up together, and they continue to move up together. So we're damaging the middle class. We're damaging lower-income people. But, Senator Cramer, my other thought here is we are financing Putin. The guy, you know, John McCain said this years ago, what is Russia? It's an old gas station masquerading as a country. It's got a $1.5 trillion GDP. It's a big Nothingheimer place. But because we won't produce enough, and we've thrown a wet blanket, Biden has thrown a wet blanket over fossil fuels, we don't put out the spare capacity we have, and the prices go up. And who benefits? Putin. Not the middle class. Putin benefits. I mean, I'm saying this, I don't know, I'm trying to get people to see it clearly. Where have I gone wrong on this? No,
you're right on point, Larry, and this is why there are so many issues here. But let's just take the, quote, climate issue itself, the issue that the Biden administration pretends that they're actually helping with. The fact that we are transferring more of the world market to Vladimir Putin and have allowed that, we've handed him a weapon in his war in Europe. But on top of that, he doesn't have the same environmental and certainly not the same workforce or workplace standards, labor standards that we have in the United States. So we're actually adding to the climate problem, adding to the human rights problem, all the while we somehow think we're feeling better about ourselves. No, we're just adding costs. As you've pointed out, and I think previous guests, energy is in the supply chain or the value chain of everything. Everything we grow, everything we produce, everything we manufacture, everything we ship, whether we ship it in or we ship it out. It adds to everything. It is a number one driver of inflation. And on top of that, we have inflation. And so this is a strategy that is anti-national security. It's certainly anti-energy security, obviously. It's anti-economic security. It makes zero sense whatsoever. And there's a sort of a natural supply-demand imbalance right now because of the coming out of the pandemic and the strong growing economy, or at least the demand side of the economy growing so much. And what's missing is the supply side. And instead of adding supply, and by the way, I know you got me going, but there are a number of Democrats who think that the answer to lowering or to booming gas prices is to hoard more of our product that we manufacture, that we produce here, like natural gas, not ship more LNG and produce less of it here, and somehow that's going to bring down the price. What will bring down the price is producing more.
Right.
So we have tremendous opportunity with LNG.
These limits to LNG exports. There was some letter for 10 or a dozen Democrats, most of them from the Northeast, who, I don't know, I mean, these are not dumb, stupid people, but a big chunk of Northeast natural gas and oil comes from Russia. You know, if we turn now, so here's my other point. I'm all for tougher sanctions. I mean, I want to have sanctions. U.S. exports should be sanctioned. We should take him off of the international SWIFT wire, the dollar-based wire.
Right.
I mean, I really think we should have much tougher. But, Senator Cramer, in some sense, the best sanctions would be if Biden really got real and just said to our fossil fuel industry, which is the best in the world, turn the spigots on full-time, 24/7. That would be the single best sanction he could do.
Without a question, it has all the right natural implications without having to artificially, manipulate in any way. And it'd certainly be best for American consumers. It would bring down the cost for American consumers. It'd create more jobs for American workers, creates more security. And by the way, I met a couple of weeks ago with Kadri Simpson, the European Union energy commissioner. They have about 30% of Europe's import terminals, LNG import terminals, have capacity. They have more capacity to receive our natural gas than we have to send it. Think of what we could do for price, for consumers, for American jobs, for national security, for world security, if we had a long-term plan to build out our infrastructure in the United States, help them build their infrastructure in Europe, and we could move a lot more American product, be a geopolitical victory for everybody.
Yeah, so instead we have 1,000 regulators with the social cost of carbon. You've got FERC, the SEC, the Federal Reserve, Energy. They're all against the fossil fuels. I got to go, Senator Cramer. But spot on, sir. Thank you very much for helping us. Much
Always a
more
pleasure.
to be revealed.